Cool. Input display is working. Awesome. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday afternoon. Happy Retrothon. I'm LRock617 back for my last block of games for the week. And just as EBC said, this is going to be the sequel to The Great Gatsby, also known as Alien Syndrome. The alien invasion that takes place during the game that no one knows about. Well, now we know about it and we have to stop it. So, this is a game that... Let's see. A couple things about the history. This game, in my opinion, came along during a time when Sega was kind of at the peak of its arcade powers. It was a 1987 release, and it was released around the same time frame as, like, Fantasy Zone, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Altered Beast, like, games that people still know and remember today. But I feel like this one doesn't get talked about quite as much as some of the others. Maybe in par with Fantasy Zone, but the other three are, like, way above that in terms of notoriety. This game is very difficult. I remember I originally tried to learn the safe strats 1cc back in, like, we're talking like years ago. It's not very long. It's about a 15-minute run, but the more I played it, the less I enjoyed it. It just wasn't really for me. And then about 6 months ago, the YouTube algorithm blessed me with a sub-7 run, which I think was a 6:53, I want to say. And I thought it looked pretty awesome. I thought, well, maybe I'll learn to once I see it this way. And within a couple days, I got my first sub-7. It didn't bop that time, but my second run did. And now I pushed it all the way down to a 6:32. And honestly, I think this game just thrives as a speed game. It has great movement. It has really good speed strats, especially in terms of, like, routing, boss kills, things like that. Downside is, as a marathon game, it's really hard. Mainly because if you don't want to see this game, you can't beat it. It's a 3-life game, and everything that touches you kills you. So we kind of just put it on our credit and hope for the best. In this case, being that if I finish the game, it'll be under 7 minutes. I requested a 10-minute estimate only because if I need to show off the rest of the game in case I don't 1cc it, then I'll just load up a save state and finish it off from there. So anyway, I saw that you all picked Mary with a vote of about 4-1, so we'll go ahead and choose her at 3, 2, 1, go.
Round 1.
7 stages. Last stage is a boss fight. Get used to hearing this, by the way.
Time bomb is set.
Alright, so we got a time bomb, and that means we need to speedrun this game. Because why else would we be here? Start off as Mary, just pea-shooting our way through stuff. Until it's clearly a top-down shooter. Sells very well at that. In each stage, we have to rescue at least 10 comrades to be able to advance to the boss fight. We route that we barely get 10 and then move on. This boss fight is actually one of the harder ones. Mainly because going fast is pretty hard. There is a 3 cycle for this boss fight, but it's really hard to get. I got a 5 there, and that wasn't particularly good. Let's see if I can get this. Not quite. I was late. Unfortunate. I think that's the first time I missed that from that verticality, so that's what it is. We've got 2 lives left, though. We can do this.
Round 2.
With better execution, you should be able to just one-cycle that boss, no problem. The second phase, anyway. First phase is the real problem. And stage 2 is a fair bit brisker. Got these xenomorph-looking goons that don't move particularly quickly. They do shoot stuff at us, though, so we gotta be mindful of that. Okay, we'll have some pickups. We do get a special weapon in every stage except the last stage. Last stage was the fireball. This one's a flamethrower. Flamethrower is quite good. Maybe the best weapon in the game. And this is the only stage where we actually get to use it, so rip. Okay, for our boss here, we're gonna set up here in the kidney beans. Missed one, that's unfortunate. Okay. Had to safe strat that one a little bit. Once we get through the outer shell, we then have to go up here for the inner shell. Break off no less than 3 of these. I'm losing some proximity here. Not going super well. Getting kind of slow on some of these boss fights. The thing about boss fights is positioning for all of them is incredibly crucial if you want to play it quickly. And I'm definitely off by a few pixels in a couple of instances. I was for the first cycle of the first boss, and for the last phase of that boss. Sorry, second phase. Stage 3, we got these enemies shooting stuff at us. We can actually intercept those shots. Hope that didn't intercept. Very careful on this bridge. We're gonna snag this, go up here. Okay, we're gonna snag a bunch of stuff that we don't need. Because it's hugging the wall, and hugging the wall is a really good strat here. Okay, this boss is a bit of a mash fest. We have to get our way through the wall, stop here, take out the top half. We're gonna mash like crazy. Back up a little bit for safety. Okay. Alright, better stage 3. Her name is Mary. This did come out the same year TMNT, the animated series, debuted though, so crossover? Question mark?
The time bomb is set.
And stage 4 is interesting. We actually don't do a lot of enemy interaction in this stage. Mostly just movement. We'll be back for that person here in a moment. A little bit of a tight squeeze here. Okay, we got the laser. Laser is also a very good weapon. We also get to use it a lot. It's our special weapon for the rest of the game, effectively. We have to lose it at the end of a stage, but we will be getting it in every stage from here, except for the last one. Okay, the only bit of enemy interaction was in that room on the left, when I had to get him out of my way. Here, we're just going to be moving around. Manipulate, up, left, down,
Go to the exit.
right, diagonal. That was a little slow. Almost got hit. Alright, this boss is kind of obnoxious, especially trying to beat it quickly. I don't know how that missed. Turn, please. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty slow, but we didn't die, so. That boss is not that bad to do safely. Doing it quickly, though, if you want to catch it before it hits the bottom again, it's a challenge. There's actually a new piece of routing I found recently. You can just go around that wall and not go up top to get the orb. Maybe messes up enemy spawns a little bit, but nothing detrimental. That was a little scary, though. These enemies are really hard, though, so we gotta cook. We've gotta blast our way through everything, and they're numerous. And they're fast. Okay, someone at the door. I thought, yeah. That's unfortunately random, and it happens more often than you want it to. There's really not much doing about it, though. It's a really, really bad pattern to get an enemy by the door. Alright, so my save states are loaded up with Ricky, not Mary, and I apologize for that, but I gave it my best. I do have full lives here, though, so I'll just be able to finish off the rest of the game from here. That's new. Don't see that one very often. Go away, please. Yeah, game ate its Wheaties today. It's on something. Let's see if I can do that correctly this time. Yeah, this time it didn't happen, because of course it didn't. Not when it doesn't count. Grab that.
Go to the exit.
Okay, so this boss fight's actually one of my favorites, and there's a really cool quick kill associated with it. Do this. Upright. Mash laser. And VoIP it out. There's a different setup at the start you can do by going to the bottom right instead. I have more consistency in the bottom left. I've done both. I just prefer bottom left. Okay, stage 6 is where a lot of runs end up going to eat the toilet. Splash through here. This stage is just really difficult. The enemies are huge, and they're not exactly slow for how big they are. Their shots can be intercepted, but it's pretty tough because they're so small. They're also fast, which is their advantage. Blast through here. Okay, do not grab that fireball gun. If you do, the run's over. Can't actually survive. That. This fight's interesting. It's actually the hardest fight in the game, because if you don't get exactly this up-left positioning here, you lose the run. Like, you can't actually survive if you don't get this positioning here the way I'm doing it. So if you have like a hotkey macro setup, you're probably getting it every time. Me, I play on stick, so. Alright, so we'll go finish off the boss from here. The last boss is pretty simple. Just don't get hit by any tornadoes. Really easy patterns. That, circle around. Alright. So couldn't show a completed run. That part's unfortunate, but at least got to show off the full game. I just apologize I couldn't do it with the character everybody voted for. In the year 2000 AD, love that meme. Probably by the time The Great Gatsby 3 comes around, I'm sure. Only I can prevent alien invasion? Neat. Alright, y'all. Sorry it wasn't a one credit clear, but glad y'all stuck around. I've got another game coming up for you here in just a moment. Stay tuned. And thanks for the GGs.